Hi, I'm Christophe, together with Justine on this podcast today. Now, what's the topic for today, Justine?
Okay, so what I thought we could talk about today is healing, but not so much healing ourselves. I thought it would be quite a good conversation to talk about, is it our responsibility to heal others? Now, I'm not talking about in a sense of a client coming in to work with us, because in a workspace, of course, we're holding space for a person and healing happens. I'm talking more about in a space of helping people, one, without permission to help them, or two, feeling an obligation or feeling as though it's our job to heal people in our lives, whether they be past lovers, whether it be friends, family, children. Like, where is the line between what is our responsibility and what isn't when it comes to healing? Do you know what is our job and where's the line?
That is an interesting topic, but first, give us an example of someone you've met this week or the last 10 days where you actually experienced this. So
I probably can't give an example of the last week, but I can think over the years of all of the people that I've worked with, and
just give one example.
Okay. One example would be maybe a lady who in the past, maybe even 10 years before, met someone, fell in love, thought they were the one, but it didn't work out because the person wasn't in the right space to be in a relationship. And so that person waits and waits, but sends healing and love to that person, feeling a responsibility for it in the hope that that person will heal and come back and have a happily ever after marriage. Does that kind of make some sense?
Absolutely. So they think they have to rescue the other person, and they a lot of spiritual oriented people think they have to heal the other world. Huh? So it's kind of interesting. But of course, the first question they should ask themselves is, from where does this idea originate? What is the reason why I think or I assume I need to rescue another person, whether it is a spouse or a former friend or whoever? From where does this idea originate? Because most of the time, the thought or the idea that you have to rescue another person comes from a problem inside of us, which is still active. But I am not making my inner journey, so I don't recognize that I have this. It's not a problem. I don't recognize I have this
discomfort.
Yeah. It's still active. Something is still bleeding inside of me. I still have this unsolved problem, and I'm not honest to myself. So I think, okay, I'm going to rescue another person because it's important that this person makes an inner journey and accepts something is wrong and will fix it. And then we have a better world. But that's kind of a stupid idea, because we only have the responsibility of our own life, our own well-being. First things first. First, we need to acknowledge that there's something still active inside of us, and it might be better that we deal with it. and then see if there is still an intention to help all the other people. But first, make an inner journey, heal ourselves, because we are the only person who can help ourselves. And this idea is still active in our society. We go to the doctor because we want that the doctor heals us. We go to the doctor in the hope there is a pill which can heal us. We go to the therapist because she can help us. Of course, we can guide people in therapy, but I created my own problems, so I am the only one who has the key to solve this problem. Someone else can guide me in that healing process, that's something else, but I need to take the responsibility, and I am the one who is able to do that. The only one, not someone else. So if people are in a destructive relationship, and thinking, oh, I need to help that other person because it's my soulmate, or whatever the reason is, I think that is a bias. And first, this bias, this thinking error, needs to be resolved. That's my idea. What do you think?
So like you said at the start, it's what's the intention, what's behind sending the healing. Like for me, the idea of sending out a nice thought to somebody, or a healing thought to somebody, or sending someone healing energy is a good positive thing. But then thinking about what's the intention behind it. If the intention is pure, to send love and healing to somebody, and it's coming from a pure, good space, then it is a loving, healing energy. But then, like I said, what I've been saying lately is, if the person is hurt themselves, or needing or wanting something, hopefully in the future, then is that energy being sent out coming actually from a place of healing, or is it a place of wanting to reconnect or connection? If we believe, that we have a blueprint or a grid around us, is that healing actually sent out with the intention of hoping that the person feels it, changes, and comes back to us and fills a need that we're missing in our life? So I was thinking, like with the question at the start, where's the line between healthy sending out healing and energy to people and not? And I think, like what you said, it comes back to what's sitting inside of us that's driving us to want to do that, especially with past people that may have hurt us. Or like you said, if there's conflict going on and we're feeling the need to heal that person, is it really coming from a place of I want to heal that person, or is it coming from a place of, if I heal that person and that person changes, are they going to come back and give me what I need, instead of sitting in what is it that I actually need in the first place? What is it that's going on that's making me feel this way? So yeah, I've been thinking all week, where is the line? But that, what you kind of said, Christophe, answered it. Is like, what's the intention behind it, and what is the person wanting out of it by doing what they're doing?
The only thing we need to do is ask ourselves an honest question and answer honestly that question. Not from the idea, oh, I'm already okay, or this or that. No, just be honest to yourself and then act upon the thought.
Yeah. Interesting, eh? So for me, from our conversation, if I felt the urge to do that to someone in the past, before I did that, I would actually close my eyes and sit in the feeling of the need to do it, and just check, is this coming from a place of love or wanting to heal, or is this coming from a place of hurt or hope of what might be, or missing a connection with someone that isn't there anymore. Or even, like, I had someone recently talk about, you said the word soulmate, I had someone recently talk about the idea of soulmate, and maybe it's coming from a place of that person really wanting a soulmate and believing that it's there for them, and that they've missed their chance. And of course that goes back to coming from a place of hurt. So, like, sitting in what feeling is actually driving the urge or the need to send healing out to this person that might not even be thinking about that person anymore. They might be happily married in a different country, having a great old time, while this person for the last 10 years has been grieving and sending them love and happiness. Interesting, hey?
Absolutely. I think we can even take this conversation at a broader aspect to communication in general. I mean, if you and your spouse are having a discussion, be honest for yourself before you become angry. Why is this topic so important for you? What's beneath? If you take a few seconds, a moment for yourself, and ask yourself, what is going on inside of me? Why am I wanting to win this discussion, or be right, or convince another person? It all starts from the inside. And if we take actually a moment and be honest to ourselves, most of the discussion will suddenly stop. Because then you can be honest, and then you can communicate to your partner, say, look, I feel this. That is the reason why I feel this. How do you cope with that?
Yeah.
It's all communication, but first we have to communicate with ourselves.
Yeah, we need to see what's actually going on inside, right?
Absolutely. So, big takeaway.
Yeah.
Ask yourself, what is the intention behind this idea? Why do I want to rescue the world?
Yeah. First go within. Isn't there a saying that says that? First go within. And it's huge. It's huge in the helping and healing industry. The need to help others, but not so much ourselves. I mean, we do. Everyone I know now does a lot of work, because the work we can do, when you get into the work that we do with hypnosis and altered states, we can shift things so quickly. It's less painful than it used to be. So we do tend to do, the people I'm around and you're around, we do tend to do the work more than maybe 5-10 years ago, because we're hooked up with superconscious, or, we've got ways of doing things that are quicker. But there still seems to be, like I said, I hear it. I need to go and send healing to this person. I need to do this and that. And yeah, so I thought a good conversation for today, Christophe.
Absolutely. So for our listeners, if you have another question, or you have another topic which you would like to listen to, let us know. See you next time.
Yeah.